So, with less than a year away from what will be known as the kickstart to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Iron Man first appears in his first animated movie. Is it any good? Let's find out. The Invincible Iron Man is the origin story of Iron Man, one of the many different origin stories of Iron Man. To make a long story short and less confusing than me watching this movie, basically the plot of this movie is about the Mandarin, who's known as a myth at that point, and an archaeological dig led by Rhodey and crew finds something about elementals that comes to life or whatever, and you got this other ancient thing about collecting the 10 rings to resurrect the Mandarin or whatever, and this Ling Mei's dad wanted a son that could handle the resurrection of the Mandarin, but instead he has a girl instead, so he treats her like shit throughout her whole life. And basically Tony Stark, since his crew were out in the Chinese area, Tony Stark gets set up from what he thinks was his father. Yes, his father is alive, but it was actually by somebody else, so he can take the fall and basically be arrested, and inadvertently saving his life and sparing him from what will become as the lamest fight scene since Iron Man 2. Ooh. So, yeah. This movie is very confusing. If you can't tell by the way I just described that plot, I gave you the easy way around. Yeah. Trying to watch... This is the second time I watched this movie. I actually own this movie on DVD. I will get the Blu-ray to complete the Marvel Animated Collection, but this movie is very confusing and story-wise. You know, it's like very, very difficult to put into explanations. And I'm sitting here watching this movie. It's probably the longest movie so far in the animated movies, coming in at 84 minutes long. It is, yeah, trying to describe what's going on as I'm trying to sit here and putting this movie together for this review wasn't easy. It was not easy. The best thing I can say about this movie is I like the animation. The animation in this movie seems like the first time they crossed animation with CGI, because you can actually kind of tell what's CGI and what's animated. I mean, and of course, the guy who voiced Iron Man in the Avengers animated movies returns to voice Iron Man here, and that's a welcome treat, because yeah, he is the voice of Iron Man in the animated universe. It should always be that way. We got the introduction of Rhodey Rhodes, of course, in this movie. But no, he's not War Machine. He's just good old James Rhodey. It's funny his name is James too, but that's kind of awesome. But anyway, yeah. Plot details aside, this movie is not very memorable. Out of I only seen the Avengers and this one. So when I eventually dig into the rest of the MAU, Marvel Animated Universe, we'll see. But as of right now, this is the weakest in the series so far, and kind of more disappointing than I thought it was, because the fight scene at the end was not very good. Not very good. I mean, the whole thing could have been resolved if a certain somebody didn't try and resurrect the Mandarin in the first fucking place, and then when her body gets taken over as like a vessel, if you will, and Tony has to save her, then yeah, it's lame. Granted, the fight scene is longer than Iron Man 2's fight scene that only took like a couple of minutes, not even a minute, like a couple of seconds. But it was all that for nothing, really. All that fighting when it could have been avoided a few minutes earlier. So with that in mind, I'm going to give the Invincible Iron Man a C-. Not truly invincible for this take. So let me know what you guys think about the Invincible Iron Man down below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? And I'll catch y'all in the next one.